he's now, unfortunately for Vitality, I think we can say that, playing for BDS, because honestly, he is still one of the best support players I have ever seen inside a Siege. Within reach, because we are only getting started with the third day. Now that's a grenade to come in right before the Nitro would pop. Neskin opens up the score.
Great grenade there, play from underneath. The damage and destruction has been done. Now they're going to see if they can actually try and hold on to a bit of this dangerous corner as box starts to get popped open. Currently, piano windows, although Neskin starts the drive with KDS getting one more. The attention is starting to be paid. The hop out doesn't quite come to fruition, and that's clever play on the rappel, just tucked under the safety of the brick wall, so the shrapnel doesn't quite catch them on the split. P4 is trying to creep his way back towards the plant danger, but with a minute left, it's looking like the pressure's going onto Bibu. No! Great take onto one, sprays to find a second, nothing to be found.
Managed to get one, and the EP4 is looking to go for a jump out under the cover of the beeping of the Nitro, of course, which is unable to be detonated anymore. Waiting for this rappel inside. That might be a run out here from... No, he's actually staying put, not really moving too much. Fires were around there, and he's hiding around the corner. Seems like they were aware there is going to be a ping, but it's going to be P4 that still wins it somehow, tries to go for more, but he gets taken out from the balcony.
There was a drone watching him the whole time, and now it puts them into a 3 versus 2. At least found one in a situation where, to be honest, a lot had gone away from him. But it's a 2 versus 2. Bibu finds the double and puts them into a 15-second execute here. The pop-up over the shield. Neskin just gets the catch, the last bullet in the mag, and as Levy sticks the diffuser, Shinka's going to make a move here. Looks self-thrust into a dangerous situation. The first fight is the one that loses. Neskin gets the open lockout, and a back and forth goes Team 1's way. Of the side window. Steadily, they're also looking down towards the site itself. The pressure and the hop-in comes through. Cactus suddenly suffers a backline, but it's Neskin that's the one that confirms it there in sight. Neskin once again finds himself driving the team into the fight itself. The grenade's down to catch nobody who is home, and Vitality have to try and find a way to piece themselves control of a site itself. Shinka, top to the bottom, rocks the world of Lagonis, and they're seeing if they can open some of the holes, but Levy's making sure more of them are open in Vitality themselves. It's a 4 versus 2 now, but so much time, and they're already having to try a retake with the pickup on the diffuser. 4 versus 1. One more body slips away. Bibu has all of the space and all of the time he has to try and close down and collapse through, but he doesn't get to see any of it as Team 1 flood that site. But it's still the pressure onto Alamau to try and take a fight or keep that solidity from any chance on the rotation. There is a man almost and definitely popped open as Bibu locks it off. Rise with one more, and P4 rises up behind the back, finds one, goes for the fight on the second and drops them 2. Diffuser is cold, kicks for the reload, a 3 versus 3, but one of the Team 1 players is on the ground. Now he's completely out of the round, and it's the spray through the hole for one, sees the second, can't connect. 4 seconds, ticks away, it's another body, look to the floor and press F. Shinka just has to take this final fight. The pings are there, the punch is through. Vitality get 1.
But now Vitality, well, they are 3rd place. They have a win on the board. They just need to find a little bit more. But as Rise gets picked up first, that is not a great start.
The pace and the confidence that Team 1 move around a map to take space that they define as theirs is so good. It's so satisfying to watch as well, just that consistent drive to be where they want to be and making sure that if someone's in the way, they have the wherewithal and the intel to take care of them.
Drone, either way, Team 1, they have the 1-man entry. They need to continue a bit further than that, and Alamau, well, he picks up P4. That's an amazing threat. Gone on the side of Vitality as well, leaving it up to just 3 of them. KDS is starting to take control of the library now. They know there is going to be that shield that Beaver's currently playing behind. That is going to be the next stronghold. That is going to be the next point of contention.
Now as Bibu sits, hovers and waits by the staircase, the grenade makes sure he isn't waiting long as it drops down again. That sharp intel play, the spray onto the player on the door, slips through the hole and finds himself in a rotation, but with an open hatch and a body pushing pressure from the dining side itself, there's not much clean space for them to actually find some solace of safety. Cactus is still a back line, and now he's the only line left on a board that is slowly becoming the word flawless. And there it is, written on your screens. Team 1 bite back and find their 3rd. The team at the top, a win here would not confirm them, sure, but it would surely go a long way in terms of locking it out, and means that, I believe, just picking up a single point would then confirm Team One for playoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe even less than that. It might just depend on other teams not quite having the lockdown. That is the way that this works. Again, this is the halfway point. The halfway game will be reached when we get to the results of this. And obviously, if you are unaware, the other two teams from this group are playing on the opposing stream as we find ourselves here.
That is basically how we do it the entire day so far. Every single time there's a match going on, the other matchup that is inside that group is playing on the alternate stream. It would be Bravo, or of course the main channel, which you are currently on. If you're just tuning in, welcome! We are currently having Team One take it on against Vitality, maybe even the other way around, because Team One, they are currently the reigning champions. They want to make sure that they give it another shot at the playoffs.
So, Team Talk, Vitality, what have you discussed? Because, to be fair, what we're seeing so far is sharp gunfights. Team One are taking ground that they really decide is theirs, and what we're seeing from Vitality is just a struggle to connect with that pace, that swing round. Sure, they flood with a bit of danger and lent in a little, but it becomes that conversation of, do we try and go even further, throw ourselves deeper in, or does it lead to results like that? Or do we try and pull back because Team One have decided that Team Talk won't open into Vitality's favor? Shinka the first to be dropped inside Trophy, and the drones of Team One, well, they roll on forevermore.
Balcony towards the main bridge and is looking to put up some pressure into the office from the get-go as well. As Neskin, though, with a double kill, will be able to pick up P4 and Bibu. That brings it back to just Cactus and Ryan. It's going to be a very tough ask for them to try and stop this from happening. A smoke canister will be used to alleviate the pressure from the window, but no one is there as Rise will be able to finally find a kill.
Now, 4 versus 2, but Rise almost died. There it is, the lockdown and confirmation from underneath the buck. Uses the skeleton key to open more than just the floor, and the final player is Cactus, the only player in the server to not have a kill to their name, and now they've got to try and find themselves tied, but pretty much first if they want to make this happen. The first falls his way, the second does not, and Team One take another round and keep this momentum rolling. Door of Fireplace. They have Alamau on the loose swing too. P4 is finding a route, but KDS is finding Rise, and the lockdown fight starts to happen above the site as well. There's only so much focus that they can pay, but P4 at least finds the lockdown on Neskin underneath.
Oh, Levy misses the opportunity there to make sure that he had the opportunity, could be able to punish P4, because he just snuck by after he killed Neskin. He was just delayed on the trigger there to make sure that that would be traded out yet once more.
Kane just suffers a bit of a shake-up, but Lagonas isn't quite done. Gets in close, slips past the grenade. Bibu's hopped off with 1 HP. Underneath 2, back to the side, but there it is. Another Team One just closed down. They have the angles and the doors, and every corner you turn, there is somebody to meet you. A 3 versus 1. P4's left at a handful of seconds to his name, but Lagonas is going to see if he can get the stick. Heads upstairs, but by the time he gets to the point of pressure, the diffuser will be planted. So, 40 seconds on a post-plant situation to see if he can remove the 3 remaining players. 2 are heavily injured. Alamau is not. The buck is in a good stead, and the first fight is going to be the ping, but the consistent movement means he doesn't quite have an angle on any of them. They're not dropping themselves into the fight. He takes the drop, but the swing from Trophy, that's the one that locks it off. Team One with a 5-1 half. Quick here. The pressure might come over the top. The Gon 6 causes a bit of a ruckus, and Alamau's aware as he pulls to a new position, but Cactus and Rise hop in a piece. Alamau finds P4, Neskin gets Rise, and suddenly the rush has started to fall away from them. Cactus, though, is going to stick it with Bibu on the cover, trying to hold off the door, but Cactus keeps his head down, locked off, 45 seconds on the clock. A 3 versus 3 with the window control still in their favor. They're pre-firing towards it, but underneath on the Solarium stairs, it's not an easy retake. Bibu gets one more on the double, and Alamau goes down as Neskin slipped his way to try and find a 1 versus 1, but Bibu's making sure that that's a consistent guessing game. A triple for the man, the myth, the legend, the Bibu monster that is still causing problems. Levy, 20 seconds. His first pass is this man. Doesn't get further, and there it is. Vitality get their first attack.
As he drops down, prone into the kitchen. Vitality's really going for the execute now.
Cactus finds the first, the Neskin's dropped off. Rise is round the back. I don't know if he saw the double take. It was Lagonis lying on the floor underneath Cactus's eye line. Now he's in the middle of two players as KDS is going to see if he can swing around and offer some fight back. There it is. Drop down a 2 versus 1. He doesn't have enough bullets. A 1 versus 1. The Bibu! Knocked it out of the park and had probably a bit of an
is around there. Cactus is about to be going for the jump in there. Hopes to go for a pre-fire. Gets it as well. Just found ahead. He thought he was going to be safe, but he was not. And Cactus now inside. Going for the plant. P4 dropping through. Again, Vitality are exploding onto the sides. And P4, well, he's down. There's no revive just yet. But it's only up to Levy and Neskin now in a 4-on-2 situation.
Cactus lay down and didn't quite die, but still enough damage has been done to Levy to make any entrance scrappy and dangerous. They have themselves spread out either side and one above as well. This is close to impossible, but we've seen impossible be done before. Rise is keeping an awareness on the rotation on the other side. Keeps the attention, pays it down, the energy is high.
It's Team 1 that is looking to go aggressive.
2 stories of explosion. We are go now as they blast their way through, but Bibu is the first one they meet. Alamau, top to the bottom, is trying to find the lock-off on the stairs, but that leaves just KDS and Lagonis to keep the control and the calm here. 45 seconds. More walls and extensions are being opened, and the firefight comes for Alamau's favor. Injured, but over the top, and Vitality are now surrounded. All sides is marred and mirrored by all of the Latam players that are slowly creeping their way. Alamau on the top goes for the wide take here, sees it, Slivers can't get the connection that he wants on the double door. The grenade deep shudders across Lagonis' face and allows Bibu entrance, but it's Rise that locks one more of the trade. Comes on the corner, Cactus drives it, 15 seconds, a 2 versus 3, but they have verticality no more. Alamau on the creep round the backside, a body dead, tries to find a route round onto the internals. Post plant, they know Alamau is the only one left. Not for very long. 5-5.
And there it comes, Vitality starting to come alive. So they have the library under control. Of course, the staircase is still a highly contested point as well, but Rise is coming in soon to try and work with that. P4 gets the kill. Neskin then falls by Rise. It's a double kill to come through, and now they need to take care of Panther, because if they do so, that plant will yet again once more come through. Lagonis takes a lot of damage, has the mirror window to play with. Alamau needs to go back. He picks up the kill to Rise, and with that shuts down the pinch, but Shinka still around as well. Picks him up as well. It's a double kill for Alamau. A 3-on-2 situation now for Vitality.
Levy is creeping his way around onto the prep, and if they don't know, well, Cactus is going to go for the plant. The C4 over the top, but it's the cover of Bibu. Gets one more. P4 finds it. Alamau puts them into a 2 versus 1. He is trying everything to keep them in this range. A 4th for Alamau. Doesn't get the ace. Vitality get themselves OT, and they put themselves 1 round away. Neskin, he's still on the roam in the rotation. 3 stories of a hold, and Shinka is the first one to start to break it. The grenade pops onto the close corners, and there's the first canister thrown towards the default plant spot. They have to try and drive themselves in deep. 30 seconds, and time is of the essence for a Vitality team that has a habit of exploding. A powder keg of possibilities is all across the top. The grenade goes and rocks a little bit of Alamau, but the spray and the flood comes through. The swarm hits the boards. The first drops above. The diffuser's cold. Everything is coming up Team 1 right now. The 2 versus 2. They need the ping. They see the body. There's just one player left standing. Can they find them? Vitality! The 5-1 to a flawless attack. 6-5 lockout, and they find themselves at the top of the board.